Welcome to episode 29 of Silly Cyclists. I'm your host Gaz545 and we'll be starting right off at number 10. To my left you'll see a cyclist doing a wheelie over the bridge. It looks pretty cool, to be honest, on a fixed wheel, but I fear not the best thing to do. You know, there's lots of other people using the bridge, and if you cause an accident, if you fall off, you could cause an accident involving other people, so best to do it in the car parks. Number 9, cycling down a superhighway, and of course, you know, it's a superhighway, it goes two ways on either side of the road, but that doesn't mean you cycle two ways on either side of the road. You go with the flow of traffic, not against it. I've touched on this issue before with people, you know, standing starts, the rolling starts, and cutting back across. This guy just merrily just rolls across. He's not even trying to accelerate. Looks the part, but can't accelerate off the line. I'm not impressed that he kind of blocked me there. Kind of silly, in my opinion. Here we have a cyclist cycling with no hands, and there's no problem with that. I do it regularly to take jackets, etc. off whilst I'm cycling, but I don't do this. I don't blaze through red lights no-handed on the wrong side of the road. If the traffic lights change, then this guy's in a swimming pool that he can't swim in, say. Maybe that doesn't make sense, but you know, he's in a whole lot of trouble, and putting yourself in that sort of situation is silly at the end of the day. Number 6, lots of traffic building up ahead, and I pass a few cyclists on my left. The best place to filter in this situation is on the right of all motorised traffic, and this guy to my left wants to do that, so he kindly cuts me up and then decides no, he doesn't want to do that. So I'm forced to stop. Several other cyclists behind me are forced to stop just to cater for this one guy. Silly. I don't think there was any need to go down that side as it was anyway. Again, another issue with cutting people up, and this guy does it quite violently, and in my opinion, for not much need. And if he does hit that guy's front wheel, there's only one person that's going to hit the deck, and that's going to be the other cyclist. You know, we asked for other road use to give us space, so why don't we give each other space? It's the only courteous thing to do. Number 4. Submission here from Baz666, sign of the devil maybe, who knows. Anyway, you'll shortly see a cyclist filter up between this bus and a Serco lorry. Really, that space looked really tight, really not the best thing to do. It looked about as wide as his handlebars, and if it gets any thinner he's going to start having issues, and if traffic moves away, who knows what's going to happen. Very silly. Number 3 here, 2 cyclists. First one to my immediate in front of me, and the one in front of him. The one in front of him is a repeat offender. I see him nearly every day jumping red lights. Doesn't really get into much harm, but watch what happened here. He tries to overtake the bus. Not going to happen. There's a traffic island, and what you don't see there really is he just gets clipped. His front handlebars are clipped, turned slightly, and if he hit that traffic island with his front wheel as it turned, he would have been in a whole lot of trouble. What you also see here is the other cyclist in front of him doing a little bit of a weave, etc, etc. You're never going to get past that bus in that situation as it's going through there. Anyone that cycles through here regularly will know that. Just wait behind a bus. You're not even going to save any time by going in front, as the next light was red anyway. But what you're going to see here is how the other guy gets squished. So you see, look, he starts going down the traffic island. The bus is only going to go one way, and that's round it still. And there it makes contact, and there you see a little swivel his handlebars, and he was very lucky not to hit that raised bit of that traffic island, because he might have gone down. And number 2, submission here from Roger Hot UK, and this is certainly a silly cyclist. It's the female one in front of us. There's going to be a handed up ahead in the road in a bus lane, and you need to move out. So what you should do is good shoulder check, register, which is where I presume she fails, because she does do a good shoulder check, and indicate or wait. See that? She just pulls out, and that Mercedes had to slam on the brakes to avoid a collision. He winds his window down and has a few words with her. We don't know what is said, but you can't blame him for it, because this is very, very, very silly. Very silly. I mean, look, that could easily have resulted in a collision, and there's only one person that's going to get hurt in that situation, and that's her. So, you know, as a cyclist, you need to look out for yourself. I'm sure TayPet21 had a few comments on this video about this. It's a shared use cycle path, and I think he shows consideration there. He's not being overly aggressive in this situation. I think he was unlucky with what happens coming up, But it's just highlighting here the point that you need to be careful in these situations. People can be unpredictable, and you just need to be aware. So passing people slowly with consideration is always a wise thing. Ow, that's going to hurt someone in the morning, let's put it that way. And here what happens basically is the pedestrian just for some reason runs when they hear him shout a warning, and unfortunately runs into his path. Anyway, this week's Good Cyclist is it's all about indication to other cyclists. You know, I cycle on some very busy routes, and rarely do I see any people indicate. I notice here this hazard, so I indicate behind to other cyclists that there's a hazard coming up, and I get an indication from the cyclist in front of me that he's stopping to let this car out, and I'm grateful for it. And I try to offer indications as well to other cyclists, and it really does help with traffic flow, because I see a few people, you know, not wanting to give way whilst they're in the cycle lane to anyone. They think that because it's there, you can just cycle in it willy-nilly, but you need to concentrate and if so, stop to let other vehicles pass into side roads, etc. It's all about sharing the road. You know, we don't own it, no one owns it, so let's just share it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Show notes about more information about each one is on the website, link below. All the users' channels are linked below, and if they've uploaded the video that they sent me, then that's in the description as well, as I know some people want to see them with sound, etc, etc. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please rate and comment, because it helps me get more views, gets the video more popular and more views. And yeah, till next time, cycle safely.